Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thought I'd try a hat. What do you guys think? I thought because Tom Woodruff, the Australian poet who ran a poetry open mic at Half Price Books, a large bookstore on North Lamar.
Message for you, sir.
You're texting me while I'm going live. Hi there, everyone. Because he did this in a bookstore.
Message for you, sir.
Apparently they're still writing to me, but I'm not going to be able to respond because I'm live right now. Because he did this, I thought, in honor of the fact that I used to be able to read at this, which I love and miss doing because of quarantine times during pandemic, because of our beloved COVID-19 coronavirus, and bookstores are closed, I thought I would read for you in a library like I would at his open mic. This is not community poetry. This is my reading in homage to community poetry. And like I would at the beginning of every month on the first Wednesday, I would come and join him and I would share material from new Scars Publications books. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there is a new cc&d issue. I was just talking about Down in the Dirt, which has a cover that is of a graffiti that I photographed Halloween weekend in New Orleans in the French Quarter. This is also the case for the cover of cc&d, and this is a second time in the history since 1993 of cc&d magazine that the title of the magazine is based on writing on graffiti. The writing on graffiti that is in this issue. This magazine issue is called Too Many Humans and Not Enough Souls, because that is what I discovered while in the French Quarter in New Orleans on Halloween weekend. And I thought that was cool. The only other time that cc&d had a cover that was reflective of type that was graffiti was when I photographed the Hope Gallery, when I had a phrase that said, "Respect our existence or expect our resistance." And I said, that's a perfect anniversary issue cover. So that was like 25 or 26-year anniversary issue for cc&d. So it's only two times since 1993 that a title of a book was not based on something that we as editors thought were cool or accepted writing within the book, but actually from writing that was on graffiti in the artwork. So this is the most recent issue of cc&d magazine. I just shared readings from Down the Dirt magazine, but I thought I would share with you a couple of poems from this in honor of the open mic on the first Wednesday of every month. Sorry, Tom, that you can't run it, but I'm doing this in homage to that. I should also give a shout out and hello to people that are watching live. Brian, Generalissimo, hello, thank you very much. But I just thought I would share with you a couple of poems. I don't know if I'd be able to do it at my open mic that is coming up this Monday, so I thought I would just come up with a couple of poems at the end of the poetry section. And for people who attend that open mic who might know, Tom Woodruff always wore glasses like this, and so, but I'm keeping them low so I can actually see while I'm doing this for you anyway. I don't know how many poems I'm going to share with you in this reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 poems for you guys. This first one was written on, and I'm telling you why. It was written on the 7th of March. It was written on the closing date for purchasing of our home. Aww. Like you needed to know that, but actually, holy cow, that's just a couple of days from now. That'll be 6 years. Holy cow, crazy. But anyway, this piece is called Join Me. Not unlike an uprooted plant, my leaves have been wilting since I've been extracted from my only home and then transplanted over 1,000 miles away. This land's parched and my now exposed roots are writhing. They're just writhing and searching for nourishment once again. Everyone else tells me to relax here, get comfortable, like they know this is where I now am forced to stay, because they know that now I have no choice. So I do what I'm told, and not just like a good little girl is supposed to do, and I search for a place where I, for once, can call my own. And what I found is just the bare bones, but nothing is a house until I put my mark on it and pour my soul into these rooms and make a house a home. But I'm here. The things are only starting to fall into place. But now that I'm here, I was wondering if you would like to join me. Maybe I'll set up a table with find some silverware from boxes that still need to be unpacked. Oh, there's no working electricity, so maybe we can light some candles and celebrate in the dark with champagne. Who knows? Maybe a stray cat will come into the windows and check us out. Because I've been uprooted, you see, and I've been looking for a place I could call my own. Let me step outside, because even now, once more stars are looking out for me, and my favorite hunter is out right outside when I step outside my own front door, maybe gaining strength from me as I gain strength from him. Since I have been uprooted, I have needed that strength. I find in the night sky that one constant thing in my now uprooted life. So please, my roots are searching for water. My veins now squirm, trying to find a new home. So I will ask you nicely. I'll stand on my tippy toes, and I'll raise the pitch of my voice like I do whenever I ask for something. Well, please, join me. I'm searching for a place to call my own. I'm searching for a place I can make my home. I'm all alone here. So please, join me. That one's called Join Me. And I don't know any of these pieces I'm going to share with you, but this next one is titled Easier and Easier. And as I see how it's written, it's one line, and then it's 2 lines as a verse, and then 3 lines as a verse, and then 4 lines as a verse, and then it goes back down to 1. Just giving you the breakdown. You can't see it on this page, but this piece is called Easier and Easier. Piece by piece, I will dissect this one piece at a time. I will tear it apart, bashing the joints until they burst. You thought that what you built would never fail, but you were so wrong. You think that what you made will stand the test of time, but you didn't know your foundation would falter. You didn't realize that trying to build something on such a shaky foundation would only mean that it will crumble. So I want you to know that I will use my own bare hands to start dismantling this monstrosity you claim to be so proud of. And it won't take long before I get down to the shoddy base of yours. And with every piece I remove, it will get easier and easier to turn everything you have worked hard for into a pile of rubble. You won't recognize the remains anymore, and soon you'll realize what a waste it was trying to build this when in the back of your mind you knew you never wanted it. You should know better, that there is no point in trying to dedicate your life to something you don't even believe. Stop deluding yourself. And more importantly, stop trying to delude the rest of the world. We know to not rely on you or anything you do. We're not deluded. But you know that what you tried to build must be demolished. And trust me, I'll relish in taking it down. Piece by piece. and then it goes back down to one line. So that's a piece called Easier and Easier. I have no idea what it's about, but it was fun to read. I think I've got 2 more from this reading. No, I think I'll share 3 with you because I'm feeling nice. These are readings in honor of the Tom Woodruff Poetry Open Mic that is titled Community Poetry. This is not his open mic. I cannot claim his open mic, but I would always come on the first Wednesday of every month and come to Half Price Books in North Austin and share material from New Scars Publications books. These are poems from the cc&d March 2021 book, Too Many Humans and Not Enough Souls. Too many humans and not enough souls. And I've got 3 more poems to share with you guys. This is a fun one. This one's a little bit longer, but it's funny, at least for me. This is called Eliminating the Endangered Species List. It was written on the 16th of March, which is National Panda Day. This was written because of National Panda Day coming up on March 16th. It's strange to think that some of the animals Americans enjoy eating today verged in America on being endangered species. But this makes sense. When Americans first came to these pristine lands, it was their first inclination to go slaughter with impunity. I've seen it in history. When British frigate ships first discovered the Galapagos Islands, they thought that these giant tortoises were the perfect food source, so they would flip these giant animals onto their backs and have so much food to get home. And in the U.S., bison and buffalo were on the endangered species list because of my husband's great-great-uncle and Buffalo Bill, and others in the great frontier with their great mass shooting ability. And on the East Coast, labor workers at docks would eat the lobsters that seemed so common on the shores that they were almost considered garbage that no one else would even bother to consume. But now that we've stripped the land and the seas dry of what we now call precious animals, we revere them for food and mass market them so humans can always enjoy them once more. Once these common animals and now rare animals are on the planet for mass consumption once again. Over history, we humans have learned how to exploit markets. Utilize markets so they work to our advantage, so that everyone will get what they quote-unquote want. Which is why I wonder now, on National Panda Day, when the endangered animal is now on the red list of threatened species, why people haven't taken my best friend's idea seriously in making animals on the endangered species list a delicacy. Because if we do that, then all of these gluttonous Americans will want to make sure that the pandas are available on the market for their consumption at their leisure. Because when it comes to supply and demand, that truly is the American way. Now, I'm a vegetarian, and though I can say I'm all for saving a species, I wonder if us people with our big brains and our opposable thumbs at the top of this intellectual food chain, I wonder if slaughtering some animals for later consumption can actually save a species from extinction. If a vegetarian can consider the choice and wonder why, if a burger joint sells burgers, why Panda Express can't sell panda meat, then maybe we have to reevaluate how to save every species on the planet after all. Which lives are worth saving, one can wonder, when trying to save a species. That was the funniest thing, when somebody was like, we should just put them on the endangered species list. And I'm like, by Jove, I think you might have the right idea. As much as I think that's gross or whatever, but if we're all gluttonous, let's prioritize. If we value these things, and people are sending me comments about it right now about it, so sorry about the noise, you guys, on the live feed, but It's a crazy idea, and probably the only time you're going to catch me reading that one in the near future. But anyway, I've got two more poems from this book, cc&d, March 2021, titled Too Many Humans and Not Enough Souls. And this first one, one of the last two poems I'll read, this one is titled Etching, Scribbling, Drawing, and it was written on the 27th of March, which is International Scribble Day. So, in honor of International Scribble Day coming up, this is Etching, Scribbling, Drawing. When I was little, I scribbled inane cartoon characters into a notebook, and I thought that I was doing something groundbreaking, rebellious, or at least worthy. I thought that this was supposed to be fun. When I was a teenager, and sure that the world hated me, I scribbled into a journal toward the end of every year, cataloging all the terrible things that happened to me. I actually still have those scribbled journals. I can see them right over there. I'm sure that my trite scribblings will be worth millions one day. As I got older, I tried to scribble my thoughts into a computer, but it's not the same as taking a notebook to some secluded seating area outdoors, feeling the Florida morning breeze glide past you as you drink the weak coffee that you only drink on occasions like this to let your mind reveal itself onto a page. Someone asked me to sign a piece of paper today, so I took the pen, found a space to place my name, and then I wondered if the pen would work. So I went to the corner on the page and I started to scribble. Nothing came out at first. And then suddenly ink began to flow, and I started drawing circles within circles. And then I scribbled a few back and forth lines intersecting my circles before I decided to sign my name. I thought about scribbling like that. Just letting go for a minute. And it made me smile. Oh, remember the days when you could just let go by scribbling, and that's what that's all about, whatever. This is this was written on the anniversary of the death of a loved one. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm sorry that it's a more somber one that I'm gonna close on this one, but this is a poem that is titled Didn't Think Anything of It. Today is the day they found you. My friend said he heard you in the other room, making a lot of noises at 4 a.m. He didn't think anything of it, but now he wonders if he could have saved you. We all wonder that now. What could we have done? Could we have made a difference? Could you still be alive today? I know that life for you wasn't going how you wanted it to go. You couldn't have the girl you loved. After being fired, you were left unemployed. You were a Red Wings fan in Blackhawks territory. But what were we supposed to do when we didn't even know our transplant needed us? You never showed weakness or reached out your hand. You never showed us that you were internally falling apart. And none of us knew how to decipher the code of your illness to step in and stop your destruction. Because we would have, if we only knew how. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the last poem in the poetry section. It then goes into a Chicago Pulse section where we have Chicago-related themes, because if I get Chicago-related stuff, it gets its own special section inside cc&d issues. So that was your reading for this month in honor of the community poetry open mic that normally goes on at this month. I may come back for another reading or two because it was from 1 till 3 in the afternoon, and we would do reading chunks like this and take a break and come back. and read more, so maybe you'll get a larger book and get bigger readings from me the next time. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everyone is staying creatively inclined, and we'll all get through this all together. And I will talk to each and one of you very, very soon. Thank you all very, very much.